Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at your spirit guide's answer to your biggest concern right now. Can't wait to get into your reading. By the way, if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. If you wish for spirit to pick your pile today, this is also an option, and you will find a timestamp for that as well down in the description box. All right, otherwise, let's take a look at our cards. In each card, there are 3 objects. And you can look at the 3 objects and see like one object you're particularly drawn to, or maybe the group of objects. And if you're like drawn to several objects, you can be like, I'm drawn to the scissors, I'm drawn to the fire, I'm drawn to, I don't know, the water. If you're drawn to several objects, it could mean that your intuition is drawing you to another pile as well that will have an answer that you're really looking for right now. So I would say trust your intuition, let it lead the way. Okay, so for pile number 1, the objects are cassette tape, wine bottle, as well as binoculars. For pile number 2, the objects are cork, bell, as well as safety pin. And for pile number 2, the objects are shell, mouse, as well as sugar spoon. Okay, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. Let me zoom you in. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the amethyst. For pile number 2, you've got the cherry quartz. And for pile number 3, you've got the Moonstone. So, as mentioned, take a look at all of the piles, see which one or ones you're the most drawn to, and once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. If this is something that you're not interested in, although you'll really enjoy it if you try it sometimes, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then welcome, my dear soul family. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And in a moment, after the shuffling, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. And let me do that. Four signs, and of course 4 signs. Right, let's see what we've got. So for pile number 1, the signs are Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, as well as Pisces. For pile number 2, the signs are Aries, Virgo, Sagittarius, as well as Leo. And for pile number 3, the signs are Taurus, Aquarius, Gemini, as well as Scorpio. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile or piles using any other placement in your chart, please feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which of course will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in the next section, Spirit will be picking your pile for you. If this is something that you're interested in trying out, or if this is something that you love, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. Right. If you enjoy for Spirit to pick your pile for you in your readings, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you. And what I like to do is assign a different tarot card to each pile based on the numerology of the major arcana. And then I shuffle them around until one of them draws my attention. It's either through me not passing the card around or not picking it up, just like right now. And I know it is your chosen pile. Like for today's reading, the card hit my finger. I couldn't pass it around, and I know it is your chosen pile. Okay, so your chosen pile for today's reading is pile number 1. So these were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in your reading. As mentioned, I truly hope you've enjoyed them and that they brought you the clarity that you need to find your pile. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. Yeah, I just took a long pause there because I've been debating throughout the whole introduction whether I should talk about something that's been laying a bit heavy in my heart and my mind, but I feel like I'm going to share it. I'm going to share my thoughts because I feel so strongly about them. And if you hear them, then you're meant to hear them, but I feel like I really want to share them. And it pertains to what's going on globally now. There are so many things that are being exposed. And my conversation is definitely not about, oh my God, did you see what these people are doing? It's not shaming anyone at all. My conversation is a realization that the whole world at large, all of us, we are so full of so much shadow to work towards, and we are all internationally playing on this facade of this facade that we've got everything together, and we do not have anything together. Nothing. Like, yes, of course, there are certain systems in place that if we do follow them without corruption, these will always help us grow. But the fact of the matter is that, and I'm not just talking about leaders, in political leaders or scientists, doctors, artists, you name it, parents, like everyone around the world has a huge shadow to deal with. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because we have always been guided to realize that power lies when we stop looking for the outside to fix things for us, and where we realize that whatever is happening on the outside, let it be. It doesn't mean don't participate. Absolutely not. But it means that in order to search for power, you must find it within. Don't wait for any type of leaders, even in your own personal life, to make things better for you, because nobody has anything nearly figured out. Because even if they do have something figured out, there's always this shadow that they have to deal with. And that's why I'm saying no shame. Everybody's going to deal with this shadow. The only person to blame, and blame is not the word I'm looking for, actually, but the only person to shift our attention towards is ourselves. And to stop giving all of this power to everyone to make things happen. And if we look at, like, for example, what happens politically, and there are two groups everywhere in every country, and everybody's angry. Yeah, why aren't you on this side? Why aren't you on the? Everybody's fueled. And what about if we really stop giving power to anything, and all we need to do is mostly focus on how we can figure things out for ourselves, where we stop admiring the outside so much and wait for it to help us, but give that admiration within and make it our biggest hope in fixing the outside. This way, we're not giving power to the outside and we're giving it back to the inside. It doesn't mean don't look outside. Like, you can listen to this particular person and go, I love what they shared about this. I'm going to take it for me on the inside. It doesn't mean that we have to put anyone on a pedestal. It just means that, yeah, we can appreciate this person. We can appreciate a lot of the things that they do, but we shouldn't like let anyone lead blindly. We should always have a full role of the internal, which is discernment. Like always having an open eye. You're allowed to have feelings and admire someone, but you always have to have discernment and think, oh, I gotta do this part for myself. I gotta do this for myself. I'm not gonna wait for anyone to do anything for me. And it starts by all of us starting to trust ourselves, to fix our own personal life. And anyone in control or in power is only in power because of the attention that they get. And you're worthy of this attention. In fact, yourself is waiting for you to give that attention. And so start giving it that attention and see what kind of magic it can do for you. If you are frustrated about something that's not going right, I would say less talking and frustration on the outside, although please have a role. Throat chakra is important. Say your opinion. And I mean the emotional investment. Put it on the inside. Believe in yourself. Try to adjust it in your own life. Focus on the healing. And the more you look internally and put that effort into yourself, you're automatically doing that universal healing. And so my conclusion to all of this, and I'm sure as we move forward, the amount of things we're going to be shocked about, and the more you hear about it, you're like, oh my God, is this even 2025? What age are we in? And then we remember not to even think like that, because I've gotten these shocked and I'm like, what's going on? And I remember, this is not the right way to go about it. Everyone has something to heal, whether they're in power or not. And our role is to learn from what's happening. Of course, to have an active role in saying what's right. But most importantly is to focus within and to put so much attention into our inner world, give our power back to ourselves and fix our lives. And if we're doing that, the whole world changes. This is just my opinion on what's going on. And like I said, I don't usually talk about what's going on. I like to keep it very focused. But sometimes here and there, I want to share what's in my heart. So that's what I had in mind today. Wishing you a lovely day, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at your Spirit's Guide's answer to your biggest, I feel like there are 2 cards, to your biggest concern right now. That is the intention of the reading today. These are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Amethyst. Your significator card has 3 treasures or 3 objects, and these are the cassette tape, wine bottle, as well as binoculars. And I feel like this one also wants to come out. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, as well as Pisces. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it and take a look at their answer to your biggest concern. And please note, if you haven't seen me use this particular deck before, the way I like to use it is that I like to see which object is in the reading. Sometimes it's so obvious, like we see a cassette tape somewhere else or a wine bottle or something, or sometimes we see a meaning and it points to that particular object, like the binoculars, for example. And in that case, I will open the guidebook and take a look at that particular message from the guidebook. It's usually 2-3 lines, and that will be your message directly from your spirit guides. Okay, so that's the plan of everything. Let's now take a look at your oracle cards and see what your answer is. I'll try to do your reading energetically. I'll only mention the specific details in case I see them, but In readings like that, I like to read the energy and not get too specific. In that way, you're able to listen and hear your answer. Okay, so you've got Mars in Sagittarius with domination. You've got the material aspect of Aries with vitality, and it says, a seedling sprouts through the soil. It's time to fully honor the miracle of your life. You do not need to do anything to be deserving of love and happiness. Just being alive is enough. Take some time to appreciate who and where you are. You also have the material aspect of Cancer with homecoming. Lovely card. A welcome basket awaits on a doorstep. I feel like people listening here in this pile, they're gonna receive an unexpected gift, either from the universe or from someone in your life. There's definitely a gift, and it's on the doors. It's about to get into your life. You might even get a gift today. So a welcome basket waits on a doorstep. Welcome yourself home. It may be that establishing, organizing, or moving your literal home is important to you right now. Or it could be an emotional homecoming that you long to experience. Nestle into your literal or metaphorical haven of belonging. Gosh, I love this for you. There's a sense of happiness and feeling home here. Perhaps answering the question of that struggle that you may be going through. Is it a struggle with a person? Some of you, it's a struggle, an ideological struggle, or something that you believe in very much. You're struggling on the inside, maybe. Let's see. You've got blessings. Gosh, this pile, I love this for you. All right. You know, so far I'm seeing binoculars because it's used to watch bird watching, but yeah, we'll wait. You've got curiosity. What if I place it here, which gives us more space actually? There. And you've got release. Nice. If you are wondering, just so you know, if the struggle that you are currently going through, the one that is a struggle which you feel is kind of like twisting your arm a little bit, like you kind of have to go through it, and has control of some form over your life. If you are wondering particularly about something like that, I just want to let you know that this is going to be released, and you're really going to feel safe again. You're really going to feel like it's being reversed with blessings in your life. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. Ooh, you've got the Devil card right off the bat. All right. You've got the King of Swords. Amazing. I'll tell you why in a moment. It's all about the mind. You've got the Queen of Cups. Oh, interesting. You've got the Nine of Wands. I feel one more card, so I'm just going to take it. And I wonder if we can fit it or... we can, you know. I just feel it. It's just a feeling. So I'm going to follow it and check out the last card. The Two of Pentacles. Right. Take a shot is what I heard. Take a shot. Okay. What am I seeing as your answer to your biggest concern? Yes, you can definitely see with the domination here and the Devil card, what you're going through is not particularly easy at all. You can see how you feel about it. You feel like your arms are twisted. You feel like here there's an element of perhaps whatever is going on is against your beliefs. Maybe you feel like you're not living your true authentic life, or maybe there's an element here of against your beliefs, especially the Devil card, which deals with being stuck with a limiting belief. Maybe yeah, something like that. So yeah, here I don't want to get too into details with the things I'm noticing, because I will keep it as generic as possible in order to help everyone listening to this pile, and while mentioning here and there the specifics that I see. But yeah, I do see that you're going through a lot. Like you're really feeling like there's something maybe evil going on. You feel like it's unfair. You feel like there is something toxic in what you are inquiring about. You have this feeling that something has a grasp over you. Maybe you're wondering if you'll ever be released. Like, can you take yourself out of that grasp? Is maybe your question here. You can see the good news yourself, which is amazing. But let's start translating this good news. Your guides are saying, don't worry, this will be released soon. The thing that you are really going through, that you feel perhaps is nearly impossible, which is a limiting belief that you can come out of it, is not true. And it's very soon. You will be in a blessed state of being. You're going to feel very happy. In fact, if you want to know about timing, you are on the precipice of this. They're talking about how there's just a little short way to go. It might be the most important, because if it's not done right, every other thing that's happened before it won't matter. And so although you're on the precipice of great blessings, and see, they're getting to the water, which is right there, you're getting to where you want to be. Although there's only a little bit time left, it is the most critical, your spirit guides are saying. You don't want to waste the efforts before it, because with this turtle's life, the mother came out of the water, it looked for a safe place to put its eggs, went back. The little turtles, they've gone through all the growing process and hatching, and now all that's left is for them to go from that place to the shores. That's all that's left. But they run the risk of being eaten, right? As you can see in the cards. And so although only a little bit left, it's a very critical time of your life and should not be taken lightly. There's something about, with the Two of Pentacles here, to make a choice or to take a shot. To take a shot is exactly what I heard in my mind's ear when I looked at this Two of Pentacles. Like, take a shot at something, and we'll see what they're guiding you to do. But expanding on this idea, you do have the Curiosity card, and it is kind of inviting you to follow your curiosity towards something. Maybe the spider here is about to build something. They're about to build something important because it will allow them to feed on it, maybe even if it stays intact for the rest of their lives. I'm not sure if it's for the rest of their lives or not, but you know what I mean. So there's something about being curious to build something, maybe build connections, build relationships, build a business, build a system in your life that makes everything possible. It could really be anything, and we'll expand on that. But basically, they are saying you're going to be blessed very soon, and in order to bypass or to reach the shores safely in this very critical time of your life, you are guided to take a shot, and it has to do with following your curiosity to build something. Whatever you're going to build is like a seed, and it's going to bless you. It's time to fully honor the miracle of your life. I really feel like whatever it is that you're going to be building now, along with the gift that you will be given, you shall be given, together, you are going to be able to build a spider nest, a spider web, yeah, nest home. You're going to be building something that's going to be safe. Yeah, that's going to be safe, that will allow you to capture easily the very thing you are looking for. And as I was saying, capture, maybe some of you are photographers, maybe some of you are want to do a photography or videography project, maybe. Just a guess that hit my mind as well, so I thought I should share it. Anyways, which reminds me of the binoculars again. 10-second hint towards the binoculars. So I will definitely check that one out. And yeah, but that's the main idea that I am seeing in your cards. And there's something about the power of the King of Swords being placed right next to the Devil card, which talks about the fortitude of mind. This is why I was very pleased to see the two. Meaning, their strong message here is that the magnitude at which you are afraid of this and think that it has this sort of infinite grasp on you, that it's going to, there's no way out of it, can be overcome with a little bit of strategy and some good planning, some good system, even with the King of Swords strategy, and by being disciplined and doing the right thing, right? The embodiment of swords. So you will realize that it's not that impossible. You know, when something has a hold of us, we get into the state of irrational fear. And when we are in that state of irrational fear, we tend to think that it's impossible to get out. When you're calm and when you do indeed get out of it, you look back and you do laugh at yourself at how you thought it was impossible, and yet you did it. And now, if you're asked, was it really impossible? You think, actually, thinking about it, looking back in retrospect, it actually wasn't that impossible. I think I may have just over dramatized this a little bit. Yeah. So that's the translation that I'm seeing with the Devil card in conjunction to the King of Swords. I feel like your guides are saying, take it easy on yourself. Are you kind of stuck? Yeah, sure. Stuck wouldn't be the word I'm using. It's like, is this a bit rough? Yes. It could be like maybe you're with all of the fire, you're burned out. It could be rough because you are tired. It could be rough because you are not in touch with your power yet. It could be rough because you're finding it hard to have faith, maybe. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that they are saying it's not hard at all. And the only thing making it hard is the way you're thinking about it. You can't miss these two. And they want you to have a grasp, like take your power back with the King of Swords. Start thinking, right, what information do I need to take myself out of the situation? Like calmly, and make sure you've got it planned. Put it in your agenda, your planner. Write it down. I'm on this day, I have a free time, and I'm going to research this. So when that time comes, you fulfill that promise to yourself and you sit down and you research it. Maybe you want to ask an expert. Maybe there's someone out there who has an idea on how to deal with the situation. Most important thing is that you want to be disciplined with the strategy, meaning when it's time to plan, it's time to plan. When it's time to apply, it's time to apply. When it's time to research, it's time to research. Don't fall victim to the thoughts that run rampage in your mind, because most of the time they're not really here created to make you succeed in any way, shape, or form. These could be results of who knows, trauma, maybe. Sometimes it's irrational fears. Sometimes it is due to misinformation. Sometimes it's due to limiting beliefs, which is all of the above, the embodiment of the Devil card. So reflect on your beliefs, and are they exactly the truth, because seeing like different faiths here, I feel like each one in every faith is super sure, super sure that they have the right information, right? Um, and I 100% respect that, by the way. We are all in a journey, and we all, and it's needed to like believe in something so much sometimes in order to like find the groundedness, the stability, and then start thinking. And all I'm trying to say here, just so that I don't veer off course, is that everyone has 100% belief that they are right. Someone's right, maybe no one's right, who knows, right? But they can't all be right, especially when there is like opposing beliefs, right? So um, the idea here is, when I'm seeing these different symbols, I'm like thinking, your guides are saying, are you believing too much in a limiting belief that it's causing you to not take action, to not strategize, to not plan, to not clear it out for yourself? Because that seems to be the situation here. That's actually the very thing that's twisting your arm, not this particular situation in itself. And so don't give that situation that much power, and give power back to yourself by revising your beliefs. Maybe you want to journal or have a conversation with someone and ask this person to simply challenge your beliefs. And when they are challenging your beliefs, don't get invested into like trying to convince them, and ask them to have an open mind, to not judge them. If you have this sort of person in your life, that would be great. To simply ask you another question, playing the devil's advocate in the things you really believe in. Like, there's no way I can come out of this situation. Okay, that other person would tell you, why is there no way that you can come out of the situation? You would list your reasons why there's no way to come out of the situation. Then this person starts playing the devil's advocate to your point, and they would say, is it really impossible to not get out of that particular, is that point that you made there, is that absolutely true? You go, "Oh, it's not absolutely true, but if I do that, I'm going to lose that." And they go, great, then let's just agree that it's not absolutely true, but you are concerned about something. Let's explore that. Is it a disaster that you would lose that? Like, if you do lose that, what would you do? And you would say, well, I hope that never happens, and I hope that actually never happens. But if I lose that particular situation, I would right away do this, I would do that, I would go there, I would do this, I would do that. And so the person playing the devil's advocate here would say, yes, I too wish you wouldn't lose the very thing that's important to you, but it's great that you took the time to think about an alternate situation, so that at least in your mind is not that catastrophic. Now, how can you empower this other situation, not to move in that direction necessarily, but to further empower your position in the situation that you want? What do you need to do there so that you have something to lean on in case that happens? Well, in order to empower that, I must invest an hour a week to do this. Wonderful. Don't you see now how important it is for you to actually invest this hour? Yeah, I do feel like this is actually important. Wonderful. What else can you do to empower this other thing so much that it either becomes the thing that you lean on, or who knows, it might be something that gives you joy in life, right? Oh yeah, I can do that. I could benefit from this second situation. I mean, even if this goes well, I can benefit from this second situation because it can give me this in life. I can have fun in this way. I can do this. I can do that. Wonderful. And then you start like opening up your mind a little bit outside of the very thing and the very thought of fear, to the thought, to exciting fears, to realizing that sometimes we do things not just to have, but sometimes we do things for our mental well-being, and it's important, and it deserves that 1 hour in the week, or it deserves that routine or habit. It deserves that extra thing. And that's just an example of a conversation of playing the devil's advocate. But if you don't have this person in your life, if you can't do it with yourself on a walk, like can't discuss it with yourself on a walk because you feel like you could be too emotionally attached to something, like to the point where you can't discuss it with yourself, I would say journal. Write your facts down, and then in a column right next to it, challenge these thoughts. Is it 100% true? And take each one on a whole page and discuss it with yourself. Is it entirely true? Maybe not like 100%. Find where you're free, right? How you're free, even if you don't like the answer initially, and then start challenging yourself with these thoughts. Fine, that's not what you want, but how can you empower yourself in this situation? And start exploring all these different areas. You will always find some place where you have a choice, where you can empower yourself, whether this is something that can be resolved in the future, or it leads to another idea, or you realize that, hey, I'm not actually stuck at all. It just gives you another perspective that you were limiting yourself because your emotions were trying to keep you so safe, maybe from something that doesn't exist at all. Yeah, that's what my ideas with the Devil card in conjunction to the King of Swords here. They're asking you to be curious. They're asking you to really think deeply about it, to play the devil's advocate, and you will see that it takes you somewhere you never thought you could be. It's very important that you have this conversation with yourself, and it's very important at this phase of your life, because you're right there, you're at the shore, you're on the precipice. And like I keep saying, it's one that needs your attention. If you want to know what your attention is, it's right now. It's how you take yourself out of it. It's these limiting beliefs. Are these limiting beliefs going to cause you to be eaten, so to speak, in a very important time of your life where you really now need to see, even if you've bypassed all of the like the long journey that you've been in, and this shadow worked out for you, didn't get in your way before, now it could. So now you need to face that limiting belief. Now's the time. It's like as if things are closing down, and now is the time where you need to think about it. I feel like with all the positive cards, your spirit guides are so sure you're going to see it. It's like they're almost saying, tarot reads your future based on the energy of today. I'm sure you must know that. And if you change your mind right now about something, your cards are going to change as a consequence. So it's all in the mind. And try it out for yourself. Like, pull out the tarot deck, change your mind, like really change your intention about something that you're going to change, and watch the cards change. So basically what I'm trying to say is that your cards are so positive because there's something about your guides being so positively sure that you are going to notice this with the binoculars. Again, we keep pointing towards the binoculars. You're going to see this. You're going to catch it flying. You're going to catch it. And you're going to arrive to your shore safely. And you are going to be living a very blessed life with regards to this situation. So they really believe you're going to catch it. Now, what did I say I wanted to explore? Oh, gosh, that was an important question. What are you going to catch, is it? What are you going to build? Yeah. What are you going to catch? What are you going to build? I want to help you out with that. Exactly. What are you going to catch? What are you going to build? But before that, let's see what the binoculars message is, right? What is the binoculars message? Page 97. There we go. So it says, as the sun casts its last bit of glow across the land, it leaves your answer. Yes. As the sun casts its last bit of glow across the land, it leaves your answer. And look at that. I feel like it's pointing towards this card. There's your answer. There's only a little bit left to go. It's not the time to be afraid. Have faith. And the way to maneuver this intelligently, yes, you can, is to take a shot at being curious towards something. The only way you can be curious towards something is that if you release this limiting belief by playing the devil's advocate, challenging your beliefs, your faith in something so much, your belief in something, like it's not going to happen for me, only the bad things, or anything like that, or there's no way but this way, or anything like that. Yeah. So speaking of which, now we understand that this is really their answer to you. If you want to take a screenshot of your card, this is what they want you to always remember in this phase of your life. Nine of Wands, it's be guarded, protect what you have created, protect your whole journey by doing what is needed now. And that is the curiosity part, and that's what we are going to expand on your reading right now. What are they, look at these cards, what are they guiding you to follow? What is this thing you're going to be building? You've got the Six of Swords. Wow. I mean, wow. The Chariot. Page of Wands, the reignition of passion. It's going to reignite some passion within you. And you've got the Three of Cups. So here is the thing. You're not going to suddenly wake up and know exactly where you're going towards that blessing that you're nearly there. We said that. But I mean to say that you're not going to wake up all of a sudden with the whole spider web being built and you know exactly what to do. The spider follows its instinct in building that web, and every spider just knows how to do it. You take a spider and you put it anywhere in the world, didn't learn from other spiders, is going to build that web. It's in its nature. So there's something about, you need to take time. If you're wondering, what is that? I don't know what to follow. Take a shot on what? They're saying, take your time. Six of Swords is thought, right? You need to first take yourself out of this tumultuous waters into calmer waters. Meaning, you want to be calm, especially the way you think about the situation. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to think from the rational mind, but you're maybe going to think from the emergency mind, which does not have the answers for you, is what I'm intuitively picking up here. Your right brain and left brain must be aligned, or things, feminine energy, masculine energy must be aligned. There's an alignment that is needed in order for you to reach that truth or reach that amazing realization. So long as you are in this emergency mode, afraid, feeling weak, you don't know what to do, you're not going to be able to channel it. And so with the Six of Swords, you want to calm the mind. Do you want to meditate? Do you want to go out on a walk before you start thinking about this devil advocate thing? You want to calm your mind down by saying, hey, we're going to figure it out. Spirit guide said we are going to be figuring it out. And believe in yourself, not even in your spirit guides. Believe in yourself that you can. You're a divine being. You can. So take your time to think. For now, I'm just going to believe that everything's going to be okay. And from that emotional place, let's start thinking. Let's say I got a promise, which is what your reading is saying, that everything is in fact going to be okay. From that emotional place or from that state of mind, let's think how to take ourselves out of the situation. Like, let's say your future self comes and tells you, hey, it's going to work out. You are going to be flabbergasted. So you're like, oh, hey, oof, it's going to work out. Great. So yeah, let's start thinking about this. What am I going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and so on. So basically what they're saying, take your time to calm your mind down. Because apparently with the Chariot, if you do that, there's an alignment with your energy, alignment with your higher self, alignment with your spiritual path. You know, you've got the Merkaba here, which is the chariot of the soul. So I think this is saying you will be realigned again with your higher self, with your path, what you need to do, so long as you're calm. And when you do that, your passion will ignite. You will be, in fact, so excited about something that you will find yourself automatically, with the Three of Cups, can't help but talk about it. You know, when we have a crush on someone, for example, and we really like them, we find ourselves not helping it. And we meet our friends. "Ugh, I can't believe like John did that. Like that was so annoying." And your friend's like, "Gosh, can we stop talking about John for 5 minutes? My God." Right? Like he was supposed to pick up this toothpick, but he didn't. Like, what is he thinking about? And your friend's like, "Girl, calm down." It's not important. I'm just playing, assuming your friends are playing with you, of course. So that kind of excitement here with the Page of Wands, you're like, you get an idea and you're so excited about it. And you're like, you can't help but think about it, talk about it, maybe even like share content with your friends about it. There's the sharing here, spilling the tea. "Oh, did you hear about how this research says this?" I don't know. There's going to be something that you're going to be so passionate about. You can't stop talking about it, that it's almost, you instinctively can't help but to move forward and to work towards it, to build something. You know, when we are excited about something, it starts off by being curious, right? Trying to listen what anyone has, whatever information about it. Like, let's say you are suddenly interested in blue butterflies, right? You're so interested. You hear a piece of information that makes you so excited now about blue butterflies. Suddenly, you're like talking to everyone. "Did you know that blue butterflies, it's like, they're not even blue? Did you know that they just reflect the light? They're not blue?" And this blows your mind. So you're suddenly like really thinking about it. You're like, "Hey, why don't I Google this? Or why don't I YouTube this?" And you watch them and you're fascinated by them. Before you know it, you watch all of these experts on butterflies, and they give you more information, and suddenly you're so lost in this butterfly world, and you watch them change from the caterpillar to the butterfly. You're so into this, the information about the chrysalis and what happens on the inside, and you find yourself going back to your friends saying, "Do you know what happens inside the chrysalis? Did you know that there is like this component in the chrysalis that they are realizing that if you that it has magic or can do this, and that this has to be hidden, because if people find out about it, they're gonna abuse the butterflies." And you're just like, your friends are like, "Oh, okay, that's so interesting." You can't help talk about it. You're discovering things, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta go to protect the butterflies. I'm gonna invent this thing to protect the butterflies. I have this great idea where we can mimic the process, because if we mimic the process of the butterfly, we'll be able to get this component ourselves," and yada yada yada. And you're so into it, and before you know it, you get a great gift. As you were just working on this idea of saving the butterflies by mimicking what the butterflies do in order to get this magic and save the butterflies, you get a message from an expert on your email. "We are so interested in what you're doing. We love your work. We love your research. We love your passion. And we would actually want to invest in whatever it is you're doing." And you're like, "Oh my God, something is happening here." All of a sudden, you're living this new world, and it just happened organically. And so, in this way, I see your spirit guides saying, trust the process. You're being aligned with your spiritual purpose, with your higher self. What you need to do in order to align to this process is to have a calm mind, because it will ignite a new passion, because you're listening to your soul now. And you won't, when you catch yourself talking about it all day, know that you just started this journey. You're about to be very blessed. And my dear pile number one, this is exactly what I see in your reading in terms of your answer from your spirit guides to your biggest concern right now. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at your spirit guide's answer to your biggest concern right now. And these are the decks that I'll be using. As always, if you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Oh, 3 cards. Your crystal is the beautiful cherry quartz. Your significator card has 3 objects, and these are cork, bell, as well as safety pin. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aries, Virgo, Sagittarius, as well as Leo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, just so you know, the way I like to use this deck, if you've seen me use it previously, is that I like for the reading itself to pick which object it's pointing towards, and this will be the object that I will read in your guidebook as your direct message from your spirit guides. The guidebook is like 2 or 3 lines for each object that has a message. So yeah, that's how I like to use it. Sometimes the reading would show that object exactly, like maybe there'll be bells everywhere, for example, or a cork or a safety pin. It happens for sure. At other times, it just points towards the meaning of one of them. So yeah, ooh, look at this card. I'll definitely take it out here. Yeah, so that is the plan. I'm going to be reading your cards energetically. I'll try my best not to get into details at all, unless like I see them, I will tell you, hey, this is there. But I'll read the reading energetically so that you can get your answer no matter what your concern is right now. Okay. So your first card is Mars and Gemini with decision. You've got the card wisdom, the wisdom aspect of Leo with playfulness. It says a litter of puppies tumbles joyfully. Playfulness can make your heart feel full. Have you been having enough fun lately? When and with whom do you find yourself in a joyful mood? If your enjoyment quotient has been low, like I know what it means, I just need to check what it spells, how it's pronounced. Enjoyment quotient has been low, let your inner child lead the way. Okay. Oh, it's pronounced quotient. Right. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. Ooh, you've got the card Purification. Lovely. Oh. Okay. I heard allow yourself to have fun. Just something that I heard in my mind's ear. Perhaps it pertains to someone here. Okay. And it is actually what's being said here. Do you find yourself in a joyful mood? Yeah, exactly. Okay. You've got the sun in Sagittarius with enthusiasm. Speaking of which, wow. Like have fun or something? You've got moon in Cancer with friendship. And you've got knowledge. Okay. Let's take a look at your first tarot card. You've got the Ace of Wands. A lot of fiery, passionate, fun energy here in this pile. Okay. Wow, you've got the Nine of Cups. We gotta be careful with the rules, right? You've got the Star card. You've got Temperance. Yeah, and let's stop there. 2 major arcana. And both are, of course, holding. Did you just notice that? The Star card and the Temperance. The Star card is dropping what's inside the content outside of the jugs. The Temperance is putting into each other. Both, of course, based on the symbolism, have one foot in water, the other outside. And so it's almost like, in order to give on the outside, in the different things that you care about, you must make sure with the healing, with the Temperance card, that you first give it all to yourself. There's something about how satisfaction with the 9 of Cups, being happy, gives you the power to do what you want. In this pile, I don't know, I get a strong message here about take care of yourself. And whether what I've been hearing, what I'm seeing with playfulness and enthusiasm and friendship, there's something about go out, have fun a little or something. You're looking for power with the Ace of Wands. You're looking for something. You're trying to gain back power over something, or trying to get the power of something, or trying to find passion maybe. There's something about recharging here for sure. And balanced recharging. 1 foot in, 1 foot on the land. 1 foot in, 1 foot on the land. You gotta have balance. Star card is what you're hoping for, what you're looking for. So you might be inquiring about, you might be inquiring about something that you wish for, you hope for. You might be inquiring about healing as well, because the Star card and the Temperance card is healing. In any case, these are just guesses. I'm not going to interfere on what you are inquiring about. But there's something about the answer and the healing, the cleansing of this situation, is that you gotta shine bright on the inside first before you're able to bring your light outside. There's a cleansing that needs to happen. There's something about strategy here with Mars and Gemini. You know, like we say strategic time off or strategic spending, right? Something that is counterintuitive to what we want, but because it's strategic, it actually gives us exactly what we want. It doesn't take away from us. Like if you're trying to save money, sometimes it's strategic to take a big chunk from it, put it into either investment or put it into paying off your loans or something, because that guarantees for you, in that example, that the income that you get over the next few months or over the next year or forever even, it gets to be placed entirely into your savings. And so in that case, this is strategic spending. What you are taking out of your savings and putting it into something is now a strategic spending. And that's how you're taking care of something internally before you look on the outside. That will allow all of the money, most of the money coming in the next month and the next and the next and the next, to be fully poured into where you want it to be. So that's strategic spending. A strategic time off, like when you take a good break for yourself to recharge, to feel good, to take care, to have fun in life and do all of that. That's why the weekend is strategic. It allows us to recoup, recharge, so that we are ready, or the holiday, so that we are ready to give our best the next time we work. And so it's not strategic in that case to not take any time off, to not spend from your savings. When it comes to health, I don't know. Oh yeah, when you are exercising, you need some strategic time off to allow your muscles to heal before you come back. And you get my point. There's something strategic here, because it looks like what you're inquiring about, whatever it is, you're so focused on pouring everything that you have in every direction except for yourself. Your guides are showing you. And in order to cleanse that energy and be able to get the power you are looking for, the knowledge they are giving you, the wise thing that you may not be looking at, they want to educate you on the knowledge. Some of you, it's strategic. Sometimes you're like trying to achieve something. Sometimes there is a strategic pause to learn, and you might be thinking, oh my god, am I gonna like stop producing, stop being productive, and waste this time learning? Maybe that's something significant for someone here, and they're saying, no, this is very strategic that you do that, because even if you pause for a little while to learn a skill that will allow you to do things 10 times faster moving forward, then in that case, it is not a waste of time. It's a strategic use of time. So there's something about that here, my dear pile number 2. They want you to be more strategic in pouring on the inside where you're avoiding giving your back to, because it is that will allow you to give on the outside that you are looking for. And your answer seems to be with the nine of cups, emotional fulfillment. They're guiding you. Either some of you it's knowledge, some of you it's like pause for a while, learn the skills that you need before you continue. That's there. But for most of you, really, it is have fun. That is very strategic right now. Sometimes a little bit of heartedness goes a long way. You know how when we were younger with our siblings, when we were like, maybe we're upset and we're not talking to each other, and one joke could crack, and suddenly it breaks the ice, and everything goes back to normal. You could maybe have been not playing with each other, maybe even all day. One joke cracks up and everything goes back to normal. Sometimes a little bit of lightheartedness goes a long way. You'll even notice it, like when you're working, you could be burned out. Maybe you don't feel like anything. One good news that makes you feel so good can make you feel pumped up for the rest of the day. It's like you just woke up. You feel like you can take on the day. You can do everything. You're so excited that you might wonder, how come I suddenly have all of this energy? I feel like I can do everything, right? One good news. You can even see it when people fall in love as well. That's another thing. So when people fall in love or something wonderful happens in life, maybe they just started a new chapter, falling in love, maybe just gaining a huge load of money or anything like that. I don't know. And people are feeling so good, euphoric in that moment. They feel like all the things they used to complain about, not just work, everything they used to complain about, it's just so simple. It's just so nice that it doesn't matter anymore. They're so happy. They're not bothering their energy. They're doing what is necessary. Hey, take the trash out with you. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. You feel like you got this, right? So all I'm trying to say is that your guides are saying it is super strategic that you purify a particular energy, that you are pouring so much of yourself on outside of you, trying to achieve something with a star card, trying to capture something, trying to find the power to do something. But Ace of Wands is raw power. If you really don't want to keep looking for this power, the way towards it, that's the source with the Ace of Wands, is to go within. That's where source is. You must recharge on the inside before you pull out of your jug on the outside. So that is the main message that has to do with your biggest concern. They're talking about enjoying yourself. Let's expand further on that. So now that we have the main idea, you must be focused on this point of your life towards excitement, Ace of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Passion, excitement. Go after the little things. Ace of Wands, one thing that you love doing. Don't forget, schedule it in. connect with people with friendship. Make new friends or connect with your friends. Maybe you've got friends that you want to connect with. Have fun. Puppies, they worry about nothing but having fun in the moment. They've got nothing on their minds but having fun. It's like that. Go back to your having fun. Do something that you enjoy in your day. If you could take some time off, take some time off. Give that space for yourself to rediscover yourself, because it is that place of fun is where the energy of source lies, and it will give you endless energy to continue to give out to whatever is important to you. So yeah, it's like they're saying you're trying to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out like this. Knowledge. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to find answers. And sometimes the answers aren't in the books. Sometimes the answers are within you, in your intuition. Look at they're exactly standing in the same way. How crazy. There's and focus on your intuition, your inner knowing. It's inside of you. Sometimes in order to look for something, you want to look inside, actually, not outside. So, and in order to look on the inside, to be able to access that, you must be in your high vibrational energy. And that requires you to forget about the worries, just like the puppies. Forget about when the next food is. Forget about everything for a little while, not forever. But just give yourself this time to have fun and recharge. How can you do that? Let's take a look. Wow, you've got the 10 of Cups. Yeah, they're so adamant about this message. Okay, you've got the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles. You're holding on too tight, they are saying. And holding on too tight in this way makes the energy around you so limited. If you're wondering why is it so tight, it is the energy that you are exuding without realizing. You're being careful, you're being discerning. That's a wonderful thing. But you always gotta have balance. And that is, part of you is letting go, and the part of you is being discerning and careful. You gotta have both energies. Don't lead in too much into one energy or the other. In fact, we're in this dual reality to learn how to hold these two opposite energies and everything at the same time and gain the wisdom from them. And that's what temperance teaches us here, by the way. Like, be discerning, do the right thing, but don't hold on too tight. It's like you're closing off energy from being able to access you this way. Don't be so closed off energetically. And that happens when you're holding on too tight. There's this guidance here. You're doing this part right, maybe too right. And you want to have the balance of having fun. And that's why you are guided to stop. Just stop and have fun. 10 of Cups is the card of being elated. Like, laugh, go out, drop the worries for now. Forget about everything and just give yourself permission to have so much fun. Sometimes it's gotta be that way. Okay? You're holding too tight, they're saying. Four of Wands. Celebrate. I mean, the cards, they celebrate, party, enjoy life. I feel like your cards are saying almost, did you forget about fun? Or chill a little? Did you forget with the Four of Wands that fun can elevate you? Did you forget the power of fun? Yeah, did you forget the power of fun? 5 of Swords. If you don't use that energy, this energy will beat you. All energies are important. And we don't realize just how much one energy that we ignore can be the very energy that spoils everything for us. Like, let me give you a quick example here. Let's say someone is so focused on networking at work that they don't pay attention to their job. They're like, I get it. It's all about networking. It's about relationships. Did you see how all the experts are talking about? It's the relationships that makes things happen. And this person took it to heart. So they're not working, and all they're doing is creating relationships up, and boy, do they have like great relationships. They're really taking this advice to heart. So they're leaning so much into one energy that they are forgetting the other, which is actually doing your work. So now, putting all of that energy in and believing so much on one side, they forgot that not doing their work is going to catch up with them. Eventually, it's going to catch up, and it's going to be to their own detriment. The other side, let's say there's a person who understands that logically all you need to do is to focus just on working, no gossip, no office gossip, no relationships. All I gotta do is go and do my job, come back, and everything is gonna be amazing. Now, this person is ignoring that other important energies, which is that we all coexist together, that it's important that we make our lives easier in the office, that we assist each other. Maybe, and like, this person is not wrong, and neither is that person, right? These two understand a very vital element, but they are not balancing it with something else that is equally important. And so with that person, they go to work, they work hard, and they like put it all in, and they make these awesome achievements, and they're so proud of themselves, and they remind themselves every day, did you see how paying attention to your work only is what takes you far? And that's going to take them so far up until a point where they realize, oh my God, they just ignored my amazing work, and it was this other person who got the, let's say, promotion. Why? Because although this is amazing work, now the CEO realizes that the importance of being able to facilitate communication in the office is way more important for a leader. And so they pick this other person. And thus, this person now realizes the importance of connections, right? And also, this other person spoke more about their work through proper communication and their relationships, their warm relationships with the people in the office. And so they were able to show even better what their work is, as opposed to the first figure. So this is like simple examples. I'm sure life is more complicated than that, but I'm just simplifying to give you the understanding of what I mean between how the other energy that you are ignoring will catch up with you with the Five of Swords, and will be the very thing that beats you. So you take something for granted because you don't have time for it for so long until it catches up. Like a good example is health. Sometimes people are so focused on building their careers, making sure they achieve things, and they don't sleep, they don't eat the right thing, they just don't have time for this. And they prolong it for so long that it catches up to them. Suddenly, they are not feeling well, and they're not able to do what they want to do, right? I can go on. I think by now you understand what I'm trying to say. And so your guides are saying, you not enjoying this particular situation you are inquiring about, you not taking your good time to recover. This is the spring rain, to recover, to cleanse, particularly through having a lot of fun. Perhaps your cork could be, or bell, because both have to do with celebration, right? Ding, ding, ding. So it's either or. If you're wedding, Four of Wands, I think it's the bell actually, but it could also be the cork, Maybe it's both. Anyways, sorry to interrupt. It is saying that in your case, the fun will catch up if you don't use that raw energy, Ace of Wands. This is important energy. Never take passion or fun or reigniting your heart with a grain of salt. Don't undermine it. This is the energy of creation. Can you imagine? And so if you don't have fun, you're not connecting to that energy. And exactly what's going to happen here with the Four of Pentacles, you're just going to feel limited and you don't understand why. It's kind of like a bottleneck. If the bottleneck, cork. If the bottleneck is not clear, then all of the amazing things that you have in the bottle, cork, is not going to be able to come out because the bottleneck is not clear, right? And in that same way, you not tapping into that energy by time slows down your energy, because that's the energy. That Ace of Wands is the energy, the source of energy. By time, you will start getting less and less and less. Ultimately, it's going to catch up to you. And you are going to feel like, hey, I'm not getting anything. Why aren't I getting anything? Nothing is happening. What's going on? And you want to remember that this whole thing was like, you have the Four of Pentacles. This whole thing was initially working out for you because of the energy of passion in the first place. And you've overconsumed it. So in order to always be plugged into that energy and not working from a battery, so to speak, you never want to forget, particularly with this situation that you are inquiring about, instead of refilling, you want to make sure that you are either enjoying the situation or enjoying your life or doing something in your life that taps you into that energy. There must be something that you can do. And remember, we're talking more energy of serotonin rather than energy of dopamine, because dopamine depletes you. Dopamine is like a burst of, like a hit, and it always has to go down in order to rebalance, right? Otherwise you will be burned out. Serotonin is that energy, that healthy energy that you want to strive for, that continues with you, where you feel well, a sense of wellness. And that, as I understand, is achieved as I was listening to the expert. I'm not an expert myself, but as I've understood listening to the experts, they were saying things that give you these hits are depleting to your body, that give you these hits of dopamine, like scrolling, I don't want to say gossiping, because connection is very important, but if you keep finding yourself going back to that very thing that just gives you that hit, then you know this is dopamine. You want to do productive fun. What's productive fun? It's like engaging in a hobby where you are having so much fun. And remember, this is the children energy, right? They even tell us, and we all know, not to take children from that energy of going out, playing, figuring things out, playing with their toys, doing a hobby, and then pushing, and then just giving them the tablet, for example. That's what I'm talking about. You want to move more into productive enjoyment, and that is engaging in a hobby, doing something that you enjoy, exercising. For some of you, maybe this is fun. Connecting with others, where you feel like you've done an achievement. Have you not connected, not gone out with some of your friends lately, going out to a class, learning something new? People have different interests. So I think you understand what I mean. There's something about go out, have fun, play. Are there activities that you wanted to try that you haven't tried before? It doesn't have to be a class, like, I don't know, maybe there are natural exercises, natural fun that your city offers or your town offers that you can engage in. There's something about being active and having fun. If this whole reading is about a relationship, for example, just trying to open your mind towards the different possibilities, then it's saying you're depleting yourself. You're giving so much of yourself. You want to just back off a little bit. take care of yourself. Maybe the relationship is too serious now. You want to back off a little bit. Have fun. Like, go back to remembering why you guys love each other. Given, of course, that this is not a toxic situation. No need to give this disclaimer, of course, but just making sure that this is not toxic, that this is not harming you, yada, yada, yada. It's just like a regular misunderstanding between people who love each other. You want to take a step back, remember your connection, have fun again before you come back and address the situation or give back to the relationship. So yeah, I think you understand what I mean. We can go on and on with examples, whether it's a relationship, whether it is reconnecting with fun in life in general, or maybe with your work, or something that you are concerned about. They're definitely saying you want to just pause for now, whatever it is that you're really thinking about, because it is the very thing that is limiting your energy. And if you want to rise, you must take care of yourself first before it takes care of you. Because that energy is going to come in, and it's going to come through the crack. Your crack right now is you being depleted, not taking care of yourself. Right. So energy is bound to come, and balance is bound to happen, whether you create it or that it finds that balance within itself. It makes that balance by itself. Okay, having said that, let's take a look at what these two objects are saying as your direct message from your spirit guides. So we've got Bell 84. There we go. The clouds have taken shape to form an answer just for you. So sweet. And look, you've got clouds here. Perhaps it is pointing towards the raven that we've noticed here, formed a shape just for you. Something about look inside you. Look inside you. Take care of you. Yeah, take care of you. You must take care of you. It's very important that you take care of yourself. And we want to look at Cork. One, 23, 1, 2, 3. The synchronicity is awesome. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3. The winds have shifted and now carry an answer of yes. Wow. In my opinion, if you want to hear it, it is a direct message to you, and the way you understood it is the correct way. But if you want me to also share what I'm seeing, I am seeing something about if you look within you and take care of you, the answer will be yes. If you're looking for a yes in like manifesting something, for example, or things working out for you, if this is your yes, then you want to know that you're limiting your energy. And if you look within you right now, have fun. Like, yeah, it will open up this energy, and the energy will, and the answer will be yes. I think the reading was so clear. Yeah, it's not the time to pour out of yourself. You barely have any. You must take good care of yourself. Yeah, I remembered. What is your guidance in taking care of yourself? We forgot. I read them as guidance, but we can all, since I put the intention of asking what is the guidance of taking care of yourself, because I remember I did that and forgot all about it, read it as the continuation of your reading. Yeah, perhaps it was just meant to be, right, in this way. Now we'll look at these cards again, respect the cards that we have on the table, read the cards again. You already have the full message, right, which was amazing, and focus more on gaining the understanding of what they're showing you, how to have fun, right? How to have fun. How can you apply this advice? Yeah, I think I got carried away with the message. How can you have fun? Yeah, so a lot of the message is still the same. You just want to be aware of the fact that you're limiting this energy. Yeah, you know something? Sometimes understanding something is the advice, because it allows you to change your ways. When we find out about something, we don't want to hurt ourselves with it again. So just by being aware, by the way, that this energy can come back and beat you if you don't take care of it, that you're limiting your own energy, that was guidance on itself, making you understand that it's not giving you like you think, it's actually taking from what you want. Yeah, it's pausing you, and it's about to even take from you, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Also, since these are such two happy cards, I can't help but feel that they're simply just saying, have fun. Yeah, I think we did read actually the cards in terms of guidance as well. It's your message and it's your guidance. You don't want to limit it, you just want to have fun, which means that your guides know that you know how to have fun, that you can figure it out for sure. They're like, come on, just go out for it. Put your attention towards attention and intention towards having more productive fun these days, and you'll just find yourself plugged into the energy. You might even tell yourself things like, oh my God, how did I forget how to have fun like that? Sometimes, we have so many options in our lives and we forget about them because we're so busy. Like maybe play with your dog, right? Play with your dog. Maybe you have a park nearby. Make yourself, like, get dressed and go out and into the park. Sit under a tree. Take a little snack with you. And wander around and go, oh, that feels so good. Is there an activity? Is there a class? There must be some options, even in the home. Can you pick up your colors and start coloring again? There must be something that you enjoy that is in your vicinity that you can start doing today and continue to do it forever, because it will always be the hidden power that nobody knows about, your secret power of making your dreams come true. 9 of Cups and the Star card. It is your alchemy. It is your magic. If you want to learn about magic from your cards, your spirit guides are saying you will always have this magic of fulfilling the smallest to the biggest dreams that you have if you alchemize it, and that is by having fun. That balance, holding these two seemingly opposing energies at the same time, of being focused, of being discerning, of being, disciplined, whatever this requires, but at the same time, never forgetting to have fun. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. Look within, take care of yourself. You'll be shining bright and you will be able to give so much into your dreams. They will come true energetically. It will just happen. And yeah, this is exactly what I see. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading, my dear pile number 2. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at your spirit guide's answer to the biggest concern that you have right now. These are the decks that I'll be using in your reading. If at any point, as always, you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. Very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful, I feel this one to be honest, Moonstone. Your significator card has 3 objects, the shell, mouse, as well as sugar spoon. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Aquarius, Gemini, as well as Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it. If you haven't seen me use this particular deck before, what I like to do is see which object the whole reading is pointing towards. It could either be like we can see a synchronicity of the same object throughout the cards, or sometimes it's just leading to the meaning of one of these objects. And then I open the guidebook, which is usually a line or two, which I use as a direct message from your spirit guides to you. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. First, to take a look at your answer, you've got Saturn in Scorpio with inheritance. Okay. You know, pile number 2 had a lot of puppies. You might want to check pile number 2 if you're drawn to it. So that's the second time we get dogs in the reading. You've got the spirit aspect of Scorpio with investigation. Dogs have a high sense of smelling. It's almost like you're guided to use a strong power that you have to further investigate something. In any case, it says, a bloodhound on the trail. Uncover secrets. There are times when you must ignore the obvious and track clues to find out what really matters. That might be trust, love, or connection. Feel the thrill of following an idea, inquiry, or emotional experience to its source. Very interesting. Okay. You've got flexibility, right? You've got acknowledgement. Mercury in Virgo with caution, right? Okay. I feel like there are a lot of animals here, like the deer, the dog, the tiger, a lion. You know, I have this strong feeling that your reading is pointing towards the animal in the objects here. Just a feeling or a guess. We'll see, though. We'll stay flexible. Okay, so yeah, staying flexible seems to be your message, because I said it without like I forgot that the card here says flexibility. I think be flexible is something else that you are getting guidance towards, or let's see. Yeah, you've got the Fool card. The Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the opposite of flexibility. It's like following tradition, following what we know, and so much so that this temperance figure, which we'll talk about in a moment, has turned into stone. Like perhaps you may be very inflexible about something that you may or may not have cornered yourself without knowing, although you are much stronger than that with the Lion. Okay. It's almost like you want to find your way back out or something. Okay. You've got, yeah, the Two of Swords, and that's in the background of the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is the card of seeing. And look, we've got the figure from the Two of Swords that cannot see. And it's like you're hurting yourself because you're maybe refusing, that's a lack of flexibility here, to look at something. Yeah, the Hierophant, you have decided on something and maybe closed your mind so much to it that there's no chance of it moving that thought in any other direction. And it is that inflexibility that's causing you to feel the way that you feel with the cup being dropped. It wouldn't have dropped if there was more flexibility or something. You've got the Ace of Cups. Let's pull out one more card for now. you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Right, Eight of Pentacles in the background of the Eight of Cups, walking away. Inheritance reminds me of the Hierophant, like inheriting an idea, inheriting a habit, inheriting a way of existing. There's something about you may be so stuck in your ways, and it's not your fault, because the way you are going about your path at the moment is so stuck in your mind through tradition. That's why it has become something that you don't consider or think about. And you want to redo this with the Fool card. You want to take it from a more creative perspective, with the Empress standing on the cliff. Yeah. The reason you feel hurt or you're going through pain is because you refuse to look at this situation from any other way. The situation that you are in right now with the Eight of Pentacles is one that you've mastered, you are so comfortable in, you know your way around it, and it becomes hard to walk away from it. And so the reason is not just that it's ingrained in your mind to do what you're doing, that traditional thing, whatever it is, but also you've become comfortable in it. You've become so good at it. Like, let's say, for example, your reading is trying to encourage you to follow your, like, do a job that you enjoy. For example, it's like the quickest thing I can think about right now. And it's ingrained in your mind to not take hasty decisions. You don't have to, like, follow your heart. You know, like nowadays, most people have awareness towards that now. But let's say this is in a point of time when someone didn't have awareness of that yet. And so it just makes it easy for me to give you this example. So in that case, this person is so stuck on the idea that that's what we got to do. We go to school, we graduate, we go to university, we graduate, we take on a job, and we go to a 9-to-5 job every day, not pay attention to, in case we're not enjoying it, how much it's taking from our soul, because we've got responsibilities, you know, get married, have a family, spend the rest of your life doing that. And while that, by the way, hey, just as a disclaimer, this might be an amazing thing for many people, you know. This might be the dream for most people. So I'm not like calling it off. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying for this particular person, just to give you an idea of what could be ingrained. Let's say this is a person who has a different path. They wish they were traveling. Maybe their dream is to not get married and have children and go to a 9-to-5 job. Maybe the one thing they want in their lives is to have a simple life, have a backpack, be a vagabond, and just take it by the day and experience everything that the world wants to offer, and changing their jobs from city to city so that they can have a taste of everything. And that life may be a crazy life to most other people, like not be this instability, the changing your jobs, to not knowing what to expect next, to leave the people behind that you love and meet for new people, you know. But for that person, this is where their heart is at. So in that case, the reading would be saying, you need to go back and think about why you're not happy in this situation. You need to trace yourself back. Like, you need to think, go back, ask yourself, why aren't I happy? Because I'm not happy because I'm in this situation and every part of it is just not making me happy. Right. Why is this person in this situation? Because that's the safest path. Why was this the safest path? And so on. Go back, trail your thoughts, think, look back, and really investigate this situation. Be very flexible in your investigation. Like, don't stop somewhere saying that's the right thing. Just be open-minded with your thought process to go, just what ifing, what if I didn't do that? Just like, what if? How can I trace back to what I actually want to do? And it looks like in your reading, it's more of a tracing back, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't have to be back. No, no, no. It doesn't have to be tracing back, but you want to allow yourself to breathe a little with the dog. Like, give yourself a breathing space to go, right, if my world was to be in the way I wish it would be, like where my heart's like so fulfilled, and given that I can do anything crazy just for the sake of thought, what would I do? And that's the Empress with the Fool card. Rethinking this whole thing, starting a new page, open a new page, and reimagine your life, recreate your life. Recreate your life. They're telling you, in whatever situation that you are in, there's a lot of chaos going on at the moment. And you're like a dragon trying to find the light, trying to find its way back to its power. And what's standing in your way is an idea that you have inherited. It could be inherited from society or from your parents or from anything, really. It's not yours. All your spirit guides are saying it's not your idea. And you really want to investigate this. And this investigation is going to be like a breather to you, because you take all the chains off. You're not going to be looking at what's allowed, what's not allowed. You're not like, you're going to be flexible with your thoughts, because you're not going to say, oh, forget about doing that, I have children now. Forget about doing that, I have to pay off my debts. No matter what it is, for the sake of the exercise only, don't limit yourself. And start sniffing your way back home, which is what your soul is desiring. This is the way out of the dogma that is currently taking over your mind. And just allow yourself to be free with the Fool card. To be free to imagine and recreate with the Empress. To take yourself out of this world that you're so familiar with, that the world that's got these many opportunities that you don't want to leave behind, and to just leave with the background of the Eight of Cups for a few moments of daydreaming, and to inquire, what do I need to acknowledge within me that I haven't acknowledged? What part of myself have I abandoned to take care of something else? So much so that I've built a strong fortress around it to protect an idea that may not be mine, because that's what's going on here. You've inherited this. If you think in this way, you'll be able to find the light, trace yourself back to your soul, find the guiding light. You will realize, your guides are saying, very easily. Oh, I just heard in my mind, my apology for the pause, I remember the sentence, that you're a dragon, you're not like, I don't want to say that because it's going to come out wrong. I don't want to say you're not like everybody else, pick me energy. I want to say that people are different, and your energy is very powerful, and you could be confining this powerful energy into a mold that doesn't fit you. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, there's something about, you're more powerful than that. You shouldn't be put in that mold. You're also here represented as the lion who's not fitting in a mold, stuck somewhere. And this is a maze. sorry, not a maze, a labyrinth. And one thing that I love about labyrinth in a reading is that the symbolism of how if you just keep walking, you'll eventually come out. So there's something about you just want to move and figure it out as you go along in your reading. And so you're at the moment being held in a mold that's not yours. It's an inherited thought, and I'm going to make sure to get more clues on what this inherited thought is in a moment. But you're much stronger than that. It's not your mold. And you're guided to keep investigating and being super flexible with your thoughts. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel shame. Don't feel like it's impossible. Be very flexible. And stop, take a pause from the chaos and to give yourself a time to reflect and exercise, to connect to your creative self. That's the only way you'll be able to see, and because you'll be connecting straight to your soul, spirit. You go back to the source, aces. You go back to the source. Remember what you came here to do, what you want, because obviously right now you're absolutely lost and stuck. And you want to find your way back home, back to what your soul initially wanted to do. There's a little bit of veering off course here. And this veering off course is due to this inherited thought process. And although you've become so familiar with this particular situation, mastered it to survive, it's keeping you stuck right now. Yeah, the W, the woman energy, the energy of creation. And so the energy of receiving. In order to receive back your guidance, reconnect with your higher self, find your way back, which will ultimately take you out of this into where you actually will be happy. You want to reimagine, right? Before we think about the reimagining process, I just want to help you out with this dogma. What is this dogma that you're holding on to without realizing? Wow. So you've got the 10 of Cups in the background of the 10 of Pentacles. You've got the 2 of Wands, 2 figures of the 2 of Cups. Oy, okay. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. 7 of Cups in the background of the 7 of Wands. It's so clear. There's something about becoming too happy with something materialistic. Like this is the background of the 10 of Pentacles. Look, this is an amazing card. 10 of Pentacles is like ultimate abundance. 10 of Cups is being very happy. So there's no shame there at all of loving abundance and happiness. It's when we're stuck and can't move from it. So if we're asking, what is this dogma? I feel like perhaps you're so stuck on wanting to get more of something that is valuable to you with the 4 of Pentacles. There is also this energy of winning, being cheered for, being overly happy, because the 10 of Cups is being elated, maybe being overly happy with some form of resources. So much so that it is disconnecting you. It's making you lose your way. Now, that's not to say that all of these things are not important. But here's the thing. With the 2 of Cups, you've got masculine energy and feminine energies at odds with each other. Meaning, perhaps you're too focused, because 10s are the pinnacle of an energy. Perhaps the idea is that you're too focused on it and forgetting its opposite energy. Forgetting the other energy. Like... going back to the example of work, in that example, this person was so focused on things like looking like a happy family, for example, on the outside, having a good job with a good house and good salary, winning in society, getting all these materialistic things that they want. And again, I'm not going to say this disclaimer again. These things are all amazing. Don't get me wrong. But in his case, or in that person's case, they forgot themselves. They forgot to pursue what fulfills their soul. And so this is a reading not calling off loving the beautiful things in life. It is talking about how you've maybe leaned in so much into one energy, perhaps due to with the Seven of Cups here, encouragement of society, the belief that one has to be there, there's no other way, perhaps something like that. And maybe there are other ways that you can have the very things that are valuable to you, that make you happy, but you're not considering it because maybe with the odds here, you're like, oh, that's one way we could get it, close it up and just hold on to it. And perhaps it's giving you so little of that energy and not most of it. So looking at your cards, I would say you want to reinvestigate, because at the moment this is creating a lot of chaos. And it doesn't have to be in the context of work and finances, by the way. It could be in anything. We were just giving an example. It could be in relationships. It could be in a particular situation that you're in, where you maybe want to look good on the outside, forgetting how this is affecting you on the inside. And so on. Maybe there's something valuable that you're holding on to this particular situation that's avoiding you from doing what's right for you. And that's the inherited, particular inherited idea that's not making you budge at the moment. To you, right now, this situation is giving you so much of something that is very important to you. It's making you win. It's making you have something valuable to you. And it's blocking your vision, though, with the Two of Wands. Ultimately, you are so focused on winning one thing that you're not paying attention to winning, maybe being cheered for something particular, that you're not looking at all of the other obstacles in your way. I think with the cups here, you are maybe recreating them as pleasant when they're not. At the end of the day, the Seven of Cups is a card of illusion, building castles in the sky. And so maybe you are not really, you're making it too good that you're not noticing the obstacles. And if you're feeling a certain way, so stuck, or in so much in pain, and you can't see how to get out of it, is maybe you've over romanticized this situation because it is giving you something so valuable. And it's okay to enjoy something valuable, but it's not okay to forget what you really want. And maybe, just maybe, there's another way in which you can get more even than what you're getting now, as well as being fulfilled. That becomes the question, because it is your exercise of being flexible in retracing this. For sure, you need to walk away from this situation and recreate and reimagine. You want to start a new page, maybe journal or write down, if my world was different today. That's one way you can take yourself out of this Hierophant energy, stuck Hierophant energy, from what you're taught, to you connecting back to you and going, I would want to do this. I would want to have that. I would want my day to go like this. I would want to be doing that. These are valuable things, and they're very valid because they're the things that you want. And so you want to start from there. And that's where you want to start your investigation. Right. So what do you do from there, my dear pile number? Am I seeing any other cards? This one. My dear pile number 3, what do you do from there? Justice card with the High Priestess. This is saying there is no way you will be lost and not find out the truth of what you are destined to do in this particular situation if you go within you. That's what the Justice card is saying within with the High Priestess. Consult your intuition. Go back to your dreams. There is no way you will be lost if you go inside. That's the High Priestess. High Priestess again? My God, the guidance is simple. Look, you've got with the High Priestess the pillars, of course, the yin and the yang. This reading is saying you must move with balance, because both of the things that you want are valid. The thing that's not yet fulfilled and the thing that you love about this current situation, they're both very important. And so you want to move with the Charity here. You want to move with intention. And notice how the Charity has stepped on the wheel and is breaking it. It's almost like you want to stop moving in the way that you used to. You want to create a new chariot, one with intention this time. You want to move with great intention. Make every move while considering both options from now on. If I were, after you've imagined, which we have already understood, it shows you the truth, your true path. There's no way, you're just going to find it. From that moment onwards, you make a pact, an internal pact with yourself. And that is no more movement without making sure that these two important things in my life are going hand in hand, because they are very important. Sometimes this requires stillness, like not doing anything at all now, or not getting any results now. That could be another thing. Not seeing movement now is another thing, until these two start giving you the thing that you want, right? And maybe they give you results right away, but no movement before you make sure that from this moment onwards, these two things are with you in the vehicle. These two things that are important to you are with you in the vehicle. That's because you reflected so well on it that you found the truth within. The truth is within you. It's not outside. It's not what society is telling you. It's not what your friends or your family or anyone or your spouse or partner is telling you. It's within you. And this is when it sounds the most outrageous. It sounds the most crazy. But remember, you're seen as a mythical, powerful creature. You're not meant to be stuck like that. Remember, you've got power. So it's not the time for you to listen to anything outside. The reading is pointing to the inside. Don't listen to anyone except yourself. You're going to discover something in your reflections. It's going to be a powerful realization. It's not the time to talk about it or share it. Keep it within you. But move while knowing that these two things are within you. And perhaps the reading keeps pointing towards the within, because it looks like with the Hierophant and inheritance, this is like a dogma. If you share this with anyone, perhaps everyone will tell you, are you crazy? It's one of those moments. Are you crazy? What are you doing? Are you just ruining your life? Just keep it secret. But think well and truthfully and in a balanced manner about it. I'm not saying don't do anything crazy. There's a difference between crazy and crazy. Like, do the crazy thing, but be discerning when you're doing it, because to you it's not crazy. You understand that you're not harming. You must make sure that you're, of course, not harming anyone, that you're not harming yourself, that you have thought very well about it, but that you're following what is internally important to you, that you're carrying both important things to you secretly. You're not going to share it with anyone. You're just going to follow it. Even if people around you are noticing the new things, they can notice that. You can share something that they are allowed to know without letting them in on it. Keep it secret is what your reading is saying. Keep it secret. And be informed with what you want to share. Be mindful with what you want to share, and how you're going to share it when something appears. Like, think, reflect about it. Whoa, you've got the Tower card. You're in for a massive change in your life. But the awesome thing here, do you see? You've got the figures of the World card. That's the completion card. You'll have something to fall on when this massive change erupts. You see? So continue to move. That's the figure from the Chariot, right? Continue to move. It's going to be secret for a while. No one will know really what you're doing. And keeping it secret is non-negotiable in this reading. The curtain, yes, don't talk about it, don't share it, just do it secret. Do it, it's not like don't go like this, but just don't share it. And if anything shows, give minimal calculated information, like just right. Don't give too much for now. This is something that you want to figure out and think about, because your reading is showing you, if you do that in terms of the thing you are inquiring about, things will change massively. The thing that you didn't want to be spoiled today will one day be absolutely demolished in a way that is good for you, not in a way that is bad for you, of course. And when it demolishes, you're like, yay, I've got this amazing complete thing that's been working for me. Yay, it's working to your favor and not against you. So let's say it's a relationship, for example, and you work, let's say it's a relationship, and you've got other people like speaking behind your back. So you don't want to share now, that you're going to be quiet for now and find the truth to a particular situation that something tells you that something is not right in this situation. Even if everyone's like, that's the right thing, that's right, something tells you that something is not right about the situation. So here with the High Priestess, you're going to investigate in I don't want to say secrecy, but in silence, right? And then when the situation that's harming you starts breaking down, you are holding the truth, and you are not falling with everything else that's falling, because you found that truth. You've already adjusted everything due to that truth. You've already set up everything to serve you in that moment of truth. And so when things fall apart, you're like, hey, I didn't do that, because look at my papers, look at this, look at the pictures here. I've got my receipts. I did not participate in any of this. And you absolutely save yourself from this whole situation, because you were able to look at what you didn't want to look at before. So that's just an example. This could also be a project to fall into that's now starting to thrive, and it's amazing when you're leaving, for example, a job that you may not like. That's another example. It could really be anything. I don't know what you are concerned about, and I'm not going to try to guess to make it a direct message from your guides to you. But I am seeing something about investigation in silence. Reimagining your situation. What would it be like? And that's the first step to take, and that will take you to other steps automatically. And at some point, this situation that chaotic situation that you're being cautious about right now, it will eventually demolish in a way that is good for you, because that's what the card is showing you. You'll be able to walk out of it in a way that serves you, where everything is ready to receive you and hug you when you are being pushed out of it. And yeah, before we end your reading, we want to take a look at the mouse, because I feel with all of the animals here, that was your icon object, and see what your direct message from your spirit guides are here. Mouse, we want to go to the M 141. Be still as the wind is whispering your answer. Yes. So there's chaos right now, in my opinion. That was your message directly to you. I'll not interfere in that. But if you do want to hear my idea about it, it is saying things are chaotic now. Just stay still now. It's a time to go within, plug back to dreaming, plug back to reimagining your life and what you, the beautiful situation that you would love, the world that you would love with the Empress. And if you reflect, you will find your truth and what you need to do exactly. Each step will take you to the next. Most important thing is that you take every step while taking both energies into consideration. And before you know it, this chaos is going to end by you being picked up by the very thing your heart is yearning for. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly your reading. This is exactly what I see as your answer from your spirit guides regarding your biggest concern right now. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.